So as I'm sure you probably know, I recently started a new sketchbook, and it's become a habit of mine to like decorate my sketchbooks, and I thought I would do that but make it a little more snazzy. I wanted to paint the cover of my sketchbook but also do some other things to customize it. So far my plan is to make like a little thing over here where it has like my name. I wanted to add a, if I could get to the back, I wanted to add a pocket in the back, and of course I wanted to paint on the cover, and I also wanted to add something on the spine, maybe a little decorative thing in the back. I'm not quite sure, but who knows, we'll see what happens. Currently what the plan is to use acrylic paint to paint on the cover of this. What I should probably do is put gesso on the front to make it stick to the cover a little bit better, but as we know on this channel, I'm not professional. So I might go to Michael's at some point and buy like a spray varnish to spray on top of it to make it like a little bit more permanent, but you know, I'm also not like super experienced with acrylic paint. I have used acrylic paint before, but it's definitely not something that I like use on the reg, so see how this goes. I did plan out what I'm going to be drawing ahead of time, so I do have an idea of what I'm doing. And if you want to know a little bit more about my process behind that, let me take a minute to thank our sponsor for this video. Let's head on over to Little Animated Oliver to hear about that, shall we? I want to give a really big thank you to Amino for sponsoring this week's video. I talked about Amino a couple of weeks ago on my channel, but I'm here to talk to you about it again in case you missed that video, because there is a really cool new feature on Amino called Amino Stories. As a creator, I'm always wanting to give you guys new content to look forward to, but given how art content can take a little bit of time to make, I think that Amino Stories is a really cool way for me to give more content to you guys. Amino Stories are kind of like smaller bite-sized YouTube videos, and there are so many different kinds of Amino Stories for so many different kinds of communities, and they're just a really cool new feature overall. As of right now, I posted an Amino story on my account about the behind the scenes of this video, so if you're interested in seeing the process of me making this cover, click the link in the description to download Amino and follow me so you can see that and all future Amino stories that I'm going to be making. And while you're on the Amino app, feel free to go to the Discover page and look at so many of the other creative stories on Amino. They're always really fun to watch. Thank you again to Amino for being this week's sponsor, and let's get back to the video. Okay, so let's get this party started. I call it a party, but it's just me and my dog. The one downside of this is I'm not sure how this pencil lead is gonna react to the acrylic paint. I don't think it'll react too much, but I am a little worried that it might like smear the lead and make the color a little bit weird. Should probably use like a line of action more in my art. A lot of the time I just kind of do whatever. These proportions are whack. Start from square one. I think this R needs to be a little bit more good. I think one thing that's throwing me off is that it's like right here on the edge, and so I'm trying to make it fit in a certain way but also stay on the thing. What's the thing? The cover. Oh my god, I'm drawing this sketchbook on this sketchbook. That's pretty whack. Okay, I don't actually know how to draw a hand holding a pencil, so let's see, hold on. So, but how does that translate to that? Because that's my, I don't know. We'll just, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't actually have any idea of how I'm gonna do this. Does anybody use like regular wood pencils anymore? It doesn't look like I'm holding that pencil. See, the cool part about being an artist is that if you're like me and never leave your house, instead of wearing all of the nice outfits that you have in like, you can just draw yourself wearing them, and then there you go. Where should my waistband be? I don't think that's quite right. Let's see. So if the shirt is tucked in, it would be, well, I guess I was kind of right. I think I was just a tiny bit off. I think it needs to be a little bit baggier. Let me really exaggerate the square shape of the tucked in shirt. That thigh is too big. I'm kind of like a scrawny chicken, not gonna lie. I notice a lot of artists complain about drawing the seams of clothing and like the folds in clothing, but like I love it so much. I love drawing clothing. I love drawing fabrics. I don't think I'm like really good at drawing materials necessarily, but just like the folds in any kind of fabric or material, I'm all about, man. My feet are so small though, like IRL. And I'm happy that I bought these shoes because they make my feet look bigger, because they are, in fact, too big. But I bought them anyway, because I like them. They make my feet look actually proportionally sized. It's not my fault that I have the body of a literal 11-year-old. I also sound like an 11-year-old. I'm not 11, guys. I get a lot of like questions of people not knowing how old I am. I'm just like, wow, you're really talented for being so young. But I'm 19, so still young in a general sense, but I'm, contrary to popular belief, I'm not a young teenager. I'm pretty much an adult now. It's shocking, I know. I was surprised too. Okay, there's a seam right here, and then gotta get the iconic Adidas stripe, which I apparently missed on the other shoe. Let me have that really quick. I think it'd be cool if I was overlapping the square a little bit, just to add a little bit more. Don't know what the word is, but I'm gonna add it to this drawing. If you have to lightly erase something, because you're gonna be adding paint or something on it, and your sketch is just gonna be completely erased by the paint. Does this sentence make any sense? Probably not. Pretty much I'm just trying to say, like, take a picture of your sketch before like lightly erasing it, so then that way, if you lose any details, you can remember what they were and you can decide if you want to keep them or not. I did actually plan for there to be stripes on the top and bottom, so I think I'm going to add that first because I am most definitely going to overlap those stripes, and I really don't want to like struggle to paint in the stripes. So let's be smart and add them first. Also, again, I'm not super experienced with acrylic paint, so if you are an acrylic painter and I'm doing a lot of things wrong, I'm sorry, I know, I'm not great. See if I can paint this in a straight line without messing up. Fingers crossed, let's hope I didn't just jinx it. I guess it's fine if this one isn't super straight because the next stripe can just touch up the edges for me. I wonder if I should make this stripe go all the way around. I think that would be nice. My hand is shaking. I shouldn't have had coffee before I did this. That was a horrible mistake. That one was so much more less impressive than the top one, but it's fine. It's fine. It'll be okay. I don't think this should take too long to dry. Oh, I just put... Is it safe? Oh, no, not quite safe to put it down on the table. Okay. I really should have waited a little bit longer, but who am I? Someone who makes good decisions? This one's definitely the least impressive stripe so far. It's fine, I can fix it with the next stripe. All right, blue string down. I mean stripe. I know what things are called. Is this gonna peel off later if I don't do something to make it stay? Probably. Am I going to do something to make it stay? Probably not. Did I just paint the thing? Oh god, that's dangerously close to the paper. Layer 2 is finished. For pink, it's mostly white, right? I'm an artist, I know how colors work. I can even try adding a little bit of yellow because it seems too purpley to me. There we go. I think this is more what I pictured. Maybe a little bit more white. It looks different on camera. In real life, it looks more of like a cat running on the table. No, get out of here, I'm painting. In real life, it looks more of like a dusty, oh god. I feel like that got a little bit thicker than it needed to be. In case you were wondering, yes, I chose these colors because they're the colors of the trans flag, so. No need for speculation there. I mean, you need to go in with the blue again. Lily, I have acrylic paint up here. You want a new pink tattoo? Because that's what's gonna happen if you keep jumping up here. I did want to make that square on the front pink. But I'll need to wait for this back one to dry so I can edit it. Maybe I can paint it while it's right here. Or is that a terrible idea? It's probably a terrible idea, but let's do it anyway. You look so weird in the viewfinder. Is my head in shot? Probably. Now it's definitely in shot. Hi. I think for the next stripe I'm actually going to use this smaller brush just so I have a little bit more control over how thick I make the stripe. Alright, let's try and touch up this square a little bit, and then I'll go in with the white stripe. And I was planning on writing sketchbook 14 in this square in blue, but I think I'm going to make a darker blue. Just because I feel like if I were to use the blue that I used up here, it wouldn't really stand out much and it would be harder to read. Tiny brush is really testing my patience. Aside from touch-ups, the front stripe is done. I have my paintbrush in my mouth. Wait for that to dry, and then I'll go in and touch up the pink stripes. Maybe the blue stripe a little bit too, because I definitely messed it up there. Yeah, so I got the idea to just lay it out like this. Probably would have been a lot smarter to do that from the beginning, but you know me, I'm not smart sometimes, so. I think I'm actually going to write the sketchbook in white, just because I want to like keep the color scheme as limited as possible. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Kind of relaxing. I should do acrylic more. I mean, it's stressful. Ah! As I was saying, it's stressful because I keep throwing my paintbrush everywhere, but other than that, it's nice. How awful would it be if I spelled it wrong? That would be funny and definitely something that I would do. Boo. Please, you're all I have. You're all I want. You're all I have. Ah! There we go. It's more balanced, right? I mean, it's still not perfect, but I have like no pink left, so we're gonna have to roll with it. Did want to add another little something back here, so if you're a subscriber, you know what's up. I'm gonna give these a little bit extra time to dry just so I make sure everything's completely dry before I go in and paint myself. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, everything is now dry. At least that's what I have been led to believe. So here we go. Where did my paintbrush go? Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Look at that. It looks weird. It's a face, but it looks, oh man, it reminds me of those things from like, what's it called? Dragon Quest? This looks incredibly bizarre right now. For the shoes, they are like, the shoes I have are just pure white, but I am going to make them like a tiny bit different because this white stripe would just have everything blend in together, which is not what I want. So I'm going to add the tiniest drop of black to make a gray, and then maybe a tiny bit of yellow to make it more of a warmer color. Okay, well that looks like literally nothing right now, but I hope it'll look like a shoe later. Throw another layer on these real quick, why not? That's too much paint. And I mixed it in with the black. I am a mess. If you guys have any tips for acrylic paints, please let me know. I am so confused with acrylic paints. I think, what should I do next? Maybe the pants since it's not really touching any of the other parts. So there's black on my pants, and then my shirt, and then the shirt I'm wearing underneath that is also black. So I'm wondering if I should make them all the same tone of black or not. I think I might make the pants and the undershirt the same tone of black, but I might make, I just put my hand in the color, but I might make the outer shirt a different kind of black. Do you guys decorate your sketchbooks? I don't know, I feel like with the way I've been decorating mine, it's like a lot, but I know people like put stickers and stuff on them, but do you guys ever like draw on the front of it? Or is that like too stressful? Because I know people get really stressed about like the first page of their sketchbook, so I can't imagine a whole lot of people like make pictures on the front of it, but let me know if you do. It's kind of fun, I could definitely recommend it. What's the next step? Skin maybe? Sure, let's try and mix my skin tone. Come on, Cap, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. I'm like a beauty guru. I mean, I guess it's okay enough. That's kind of similar to a sketchbook. I'll have to really rely on highlights and shading to set these two apart. Even though I literally color matched it, it still seems not like my skin tone. Hold on. Maybe it's because it's on top of the brown sketchbook, which is making it seem like not my skin tone. Yeah. Let's go for that a little bit lighter. This looks like a beard. This looks terrifying, actually. Let's just go over the eyes. It's literally not a big deal. It's just going to be a blob for the most part for now. It's starting to look like a human, which is nice, because I am in fact a human. While that's drying, I can start measuring out the size of the pocket, since I said I wanted to add a pocket. So what I'm planning to do, like when most people make a pocket for the inside of their sketchbook, they normally just tape a sheet of paper in there, but I wanted to try and actually make one of those pockets that like are made in journals, you know? Does that make any sense? Like, you know how it's like, it goes like this, and there are those like little fold parts in there, so I want to try and do that. I think that would be good, yeah. Let's take off 2 inches. I wonder if I should trim off a little bit the top too. A little bit the top too. I'm excellent at speaking. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to need to. Let's take off 1 inch. Now I don't actually know how to make this pocket, so we're gonna figure that part out together. I think I should trim this down so that way I can have one on each side, and then maybe cut it into like a triangle shape and then fold it in half. Not quite sure. Here, let's do a test with this smaller one. Then we can fold that. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. We got the pocket started, which is nice. Okay, get back to paint. Luckily I can still kind of see like the shape of where they were before. Return of the weird face. I think next I'm actually gonna do my belt, and then I'm gonna do the sketchbook. So the belt is this blue color, and then it has a white stripe down the middle. Gotta fix that belt buckle. I mean, not buckle, loop? Yeah, the belt loop. I actually think adding my hair would be a good idea right now. Honestly, I might just use this pure red, or at least like start off with it. It's pretty close to what my hair actually looks like. This is the terrifying part because like pretty much all of the hair was lost, so I have my like phone right here that has the picture of the sketch on it, but let's hope that I can actually make it look good. Yeah, that was a good idea, because now while I'm waiting for that to dry, I could paint the sketchbook, and then by the time I'm done with that, I could probably do the second layer on that hair. I think I'm going to make it obviously not the same color, because if it was the same color as the sketchbook, it would be pointless. Oh god, that's extremely similar. How did I do that without like color swatching? The one time I didn't want to mix the right color, I mixed too right of a color. I mean, I think once I add like the pages, you'll be able to tell the difference. I didn't want to add line art, but oh god. But I think I'm going to add tiny touches of line art here and there, just to help define some shapes a little bit better. Because I don't have like amazing, like it's not that these brushes are bad, I just don't have oh god, this is a disaster. I just don't have a lot of acrylic brushes, so I just don't have a lot of like the right brushes. And then once I add this stripe, I'll add in the belt loop. I mean the belt buckle. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna fill that belt buckle. I mean the the belt loop. Why can't I learn the difference between belt loop and belt buckle? My camera's actually like starting to die. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish up with this base layer. So like put in my pencil and just finish up like all these other details. And then tomorrow I will add like the shading and finish everything up. Sound like a plan? Hope it does, because for you guys it will literally only be a few minutes difference. I'm quite happy with how this is coming out so far. I like it a lot actually. I do wish these stripes came out a little bit thinner, but I mean other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. The color that I use for my hair and my eyes are normally the same because naturally they're both just very dark brown. Oh, I'm cute. Okay, it is the next day. My camera actually died while I was finishing up those like details that I was talking about, which isn't a big deal because I was planning on ending it soon anyway. I don't know what was here or what it cut out, but if anything looks different, it's because it is different. I'm pretty sure like the glasses I added after the camera died, but other than that, I don't really know what happened. I think I did a second layer of hair, but I genuinely don't know. But my plan for now is to add some shading and then highlights, and then I'm going to customize the inside and add that pocket in the back. I want the shading to be like, I don't even know where to start. A little bit like kind of peachy, so I'll need red and yellow for sure for everything. I'll start with the shirt, I guess, so I can start getting an idea of what it is I'm actually supposed to be doing. And if I mess up, it's an easy fix, because it's just white paint. I wish I had more of like an orange paint. I don't actually have a tube of orange paint, so anytime I need an orange color, I need to mix it myself. Which has its ups and downs, but I mean, when I'm trying to make a specific color, having just an orange would make this easier to make this like peach color. There, that looks like a gray mixed with a peach, right? That's the goal, so let's hope that is what it looks like. I think I'll add some darker shades and then add white to it to give the shading a little bit more depth. I already have paint all over my hands. I literally just started painting. It's definitely less saturated than what I was going for, but I mean, it still looks nice. I think I could use this color for the highlights on the pants, maybe. I guess that works. I think I want it to be a little bit more orange though. That's too red. I guess now I'll add the shading of the black. The shading of the black. Whatever. There we go, bud. I think I could use this for blush. Alright, so I think for the hair I might actually add purple, because the purple that I have is more of like a reddish purple. Okay, well, I mean, it looks like an arm, I think. Let's try and use this light brown color to blend it out just a tiny bit. In some places, that's watery. Oops. I use this to add some super light highlights just to separate the legs a little bit better. It's definitely an interesting thing using acrylic paints in my style, because I feel like my style isn't the best for acrylic paints. And so trying to like make it work is definitely an interesting challenge to be taken. Like I feel like there are illustrative styles that can work really well with acrylic paint, but mine just isn't one of them. So I could use this for highlights for the hair, I think. And then I could use some red to blend it out. After this, there's not much highlights to do since I was like adding them as I was going along. I think really the only thing that needs highlights are like my skin. Seems kind of dark still for highlights. I just realized I left this ear completely bare. Do have to add a tiny bit of shading to the eyes, but other than that, I think I'm done. Okay, I'll wait for those to dry, touch up the glasses, and then add highlights to the eye. And then while I'm waiting for that, I will get started on assembling the pocket. Now I have no idea how I'm going to attach this pocket. I think that I can just use double-sided tape to put the actual pocket together, because since it's like just paper, the double-sided tape should be able to hold it up fairly well, but I don't know how I'm going to attach it to the actual sketchbook because double-sided tape definitely won't be enough for that. I don't have any glue, and my sister doesn't have any glue according to her, even though it sounds fake, but okay. I think I cut it wrong. I definitely cut it wrong. Maybe we can still make it work though. Okay, I have my double-sided tape. I also brought some washi tapes, which definitely won't help much with keeping it together, but it might be nice to decorate with. I also brought some of these Tombow brush markers that I might be able to use as line art. I have no idea how they're going to like react on top of acrylic paint. I was able to use them on top of gouache, so it might work, but if not, I'll use like regular liners. And then I also brought some whiteout because I was thinking I may or may not be able to use this to help adhere it to the sketchbook. I think that should definitely stick to the paper quite well. As to whether or not it's gonna stick to the sketchbook, we will find out. Definitely uneven, but it's fine. I guess I could just trim this off. I guess I'll add the highlights to the eyes really quick and also touch up these glasses. There we go. I think that adding like those little highlights to the eyes just make the eyes pop so much more. I think I'm gonna go in with some black in the hair, then I still need to add the stripes to this shirt. Now, pocket time. How am I gonna do this? I did loosen up the adhesive a little bit right here, but not on the edges, just so it can actually like lift up. Since this is kind of papery, I can add a little bit of tape and like to the bottom, and then the edges I can like paint with, white out with, do something with. Okay, it can just stick to my fingers, it's fine. Yeah, it functions as a pocket. I just need to make it more secure now. Welcome to the Oliver's Antics channel, where I use acrylic paint as glue. Alright. I think I'll add a tiny bit of acrylic down here too, but I don't want to get it on like this brown part right here, so wish me luck. So much for not getting it on the brown part. Alright, well, did the best I could. And then I'll probably use washi tape to both add a little bit extra support once this dries, and then also to hide the fact that I used acrylic paint and whiteout as glue. Snip. pocket is now done. It looks a little bit more rough than I was expecting, but I mean, it came out pretty nice. It's an actual pocket. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I used to ask at the end of every video, like, what did we learn today? And we're not at the end of the video, but what did we learn today? Apparently in certain situations, if you're desperate enough, you can use acrylic paint as a glue. The last thing I wanted to do was to add a little bit of stuff in here. I think I'll do the top part in pink and the bottom part in blue. Oh. I'm gonna doodle meatball just to fill the space. So yeah, here we are. Here is my customized sketchbook. Here's a little tour. So we got this cover, which also stretches out in the back, something on the spine, which is a little bit off center, but we can ignore that. Then we have the inside cover, where there is like my name and the phone number in theory, which I haven't written yet. And then back here we have a little pocket. I didn't do this because my sketchbook already has it, but if you don't have a sketchbook that has a ribbon, you can attach one. The sketchbooks that come with this have it like in this spine sort of area. Like if you have a little bit of space in here where you can attach it from, you can try and do that, or you can attach it, I would recommend like on the inside of the back cover, which is where it would look best. And then you will have a functional ribbon. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey of customizing my sketchbook. Let me know what you think about it. I'm quite happy with it. I mean, there are definitely some things I would do differently. Like I mentioned earlier, I wish these stripes were a little bit thinner. I have very little experience using acrylic paint and such, so that being said, I'm quite happy with the way that this turned out. And this was really fun. I can definitely do this again. I could turn it into like a little mini series if you want every time I start a new sketchbook. It might not be for every single sketchbook, but if you guys want me to show you my process for other sketchbooks, then let me know. I just realized I forgot to like add the seams in the pants like I said I would. Let's just, there we go. We can just pretend that that was there the whole time. Yes, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know what you think of this. And also if you guys customize your sketchbooks. If you don't, I can definitely recommend it. This is a lot of fun and it really helps to set your sketchbook apart from everybody else's. It just makes it feel a lot more personal. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I post art content every single week. And if you want to see more of my art, you can also follow me on any social media. They will all be linked in the description box below. And there is a video on screen now, as well as in the iCard for you to check out if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.